International University of Management, a Namibian university dedicated to its people's future, a hub of abundant opportunities.
We are IUF for life. We are IUF.
Good evening and welcome to Today on One. I am Isai Sipunga. In the news tonight, AR movement wants answers on idle plot meant for a multi-purpose sports and recreational complex in Ochamise. Construction begins for new bicycle lanes in Windhoek. Windhoek City Police raises concern over rise in robberies. Dololo fosters digital literacy by hosting Namibia's first digital Olympics. Agribank branches out to the Omaheke region. And Roundup, Business on One, Comments Corner, Sports and the weather. First up, in light of the fact that 120 million Namibia dollars was made available for the construction of a multi-purpose sports and recreational complex in Ochamise, the affirmative repositioning movement is questioning the Ministry of Urban and Rural Development's 2013-2014 financial year report, as money was availed for the construction of the complex, but work never commenced. Many young people in the area, according to the movement, have turned to alcohol and drugs over the years, something the complex was designed to curtail.
The affirmative repositioning AR movement, Comastal chairperson Saki Ilago, said that the Ochamise multipurpose complex was envisioned to have facilities that are of international standard. According to Olago, ADS have passed since the funds were made available for the development of the Ochamise multipurpose complex, adding that the youth in the neighborhood have resorted to alcohol and drug misuse since many liquor outlets have popped up in the area.
So basically, this sports facility was actually to be the biggest sports complex in Namibia. Surprisingly, 9 years after the allocation and approval of ERF 1003 by the city of Windhoek to the Ministry of Urban and Rural Development, not a single brick of foundation has been laid. In fact, the ERF has become a source of temptation to land grabbers. Although one of the main objectives of constructing this facility was to give the neglected youth of Ochamise revived hope, within that period, many young people in Ochamise actually turned to alcohol and drugs in the midst of socio-economic challenges that they face.
The organization has also asserted that the Auditor General's report for the fiscal year of 2013 to 2014 contained sufficient funds for the sports facility.
The affirmative repositioning movement, Comastal constituency leadership, has observed that the Auditor General's report for the financial year, which commenced on 1st April 2013 and ended on the 31st of April 2014, indicates that the Ministry of Urban and Rural Development underspent a total of 293,196,282 Namibian dollars, of which 170 million Namibian dollars was meant to go into the sports complex. Moving on. Having mentioned the above, the demand that we give unto the Ministry of Urban and Rural Development is that the Ministry of Urban and Rural Development practice the basic principles of good governance, namely accountability and transparency. This should be done by taking the residents of Ochamise into confidence to explain why the ministry failed to construct the Ochamise multipurpose sports and recreation complex in the 2013-2014 financial period.
The AR movement is requesting that the city of Windhoek recall ERF R/1003, which was originally granted for the construction of the complex, as the land is currently idle.
Every Saturday at 7 p.m., you can stay true to Namibia Sounds with the Valentine's True Music Sessions. Only on 99 FM. Stay tuned. Stay true. There's no wrong way. Valentine's. Not for sale to persons under the age of 18. Drink responsibly.
The city of Windhoek, together with the e-bikes for Windhoek project, have begun construction of bicycle lanes in the capital, an initiative aimed at promoting affordable mobility alternatives and creating access to sustainable transport, as well as increasing the safety of non-motorized transport.
The City of Windhoek Mayor Dr. Amopanda at the groundbreaking occasion maintained that the construction of bicycle lanes is part of the city's active mobility strategy as an effort to make economic activities more accessible to middle-low income residents and reduce peak hour congestion, accident pollution and greenhouse gas emissions associated with cars.
The project also aimed to provide a cycling infrastructure which complements and improves access and travel choices. This infrastructure will further provide a safe, direct and comfortable route for students in the pilot project to reach their destination via what is referred as a safe cycling route. This safe cycling route will have dedicated cycling lanes following the route between the residential areas in the chosen campuses. The cycle lanes will be 900 millimeters. So that's the width on both sides of the road and will be separated from traffic as may be required. The total length of the cycling route is 4 kilometers, almost like the one that we came with. Looking to the future, it is clear to us that private cars and taxis are rapidly increasing in the number that soon the road will be completely congested and gridlocked. That's what I was giving you an example of just what is happening in Ghana. In Nigeria, where you need to dedicate about 2 hours just to get to work and 2 hours to go home. Nobody will be able to move except at a snail pace. In keeping with the modern cities trend around the world, we must build a new system which is for people rather than for cars. This is the beginning of our cycling into the future. It is very important for us to start thinking systematically.
The City of Windhoek Strategic Executive for Urban and Transport Planning notes that the initiative will give residents an alternative, cheaper way of transport. The Namibian newspaper, which hosts yearly cycle classics, at the occasion called for the road to be equally shared by both motorists, cyclists and pedestrians.
Today is also symbolic of breaking down the barriers of the past, creating a much-needed link between the northwestern parts of our city, across the divide which we all know as the Western Bypass, to the center of town, giving access to employment opportunities, education, recreation, health, and I think so the list goes on. Today could also be symbolic of a time, in the not too distant future, when those in cars and taxis will realize that the person on the bicycle or the e-bike in his dedicated cycling lane is progressing a lot faster than him or her due to the ever-increasing congestion on our roads. Today could also be the start of what will hopefully become the norm, whereby Windhoek residents will be able to lead a healthier life simply because they choose to move around the city in an active manner. Today could also be the day on which Windhoek has a chance to start contributing towards the fight against the ever-increasing threat of climate change, by introducing a mode of transport that actively reduces harmful CO2 emissions.
The one thing I would love to emphasize is forget those of us who can afford vehicles or bicycles to cycle. What we found about 8 years ago, it's a group of people in Katutura. They operate from what is the former compound called? The youth complex. We discovered that there are people who are disabled, they've built themselves bicycles. There are older people in their 50s and 60s who cycle from as far as Havana to Prosperity, commuting for work. I've seen a lot of security guards commuting to work and back. I think those are really, for me, the people we should worry most about, and we should cater room for them to get to work and back. If we can do that, if we can share the road, cyclists, motorists, and pedestrians, if we can learn to share the road, I think we will have achieved more than half of what we are talking here.
Construction of the new bicycle lanes has commenced on the 8th of September along Florence Nightingale Street in Commersdal and will continue until the 31st of January 2022.
Whether you're going for a jog, brisk walk, or just hanging out in an isolated area, please be cautious, warns Sergeant Johannes Mvula from the Windhoek City Police, as there's been an increase in violent robberies around the city. Several robberies, most of which are violent, surfaced on the Windhoek City Police radar, especially in areas on Windhoek's outskirts, says Sergeant Johannes Mvula. He says criminals prefer to target lone joggers or those hanging out in small groups after sunset.
Statistically, there have been around 7 reports of robbery that people were robbed of their car, their variables, and this is just done by people who are coming from the bush, especially thieves. It's quite a busy area. There are a lot of buildings taking place, and one cannot really identify who is of bad intention and who is of good intention, because it's quite a lot of movement.
According to Mvula, a man lost his valuables along with his car after encountering criminals in Rocky Crest Extension 4. Fortunately for the victim, his vehicle was discovered days later in Commersdal.
He was just chilling in his car, and after I jogged, and 2-4-3 guys came, they pounded on him, and they robbed him of his variable, took off the car, and the car was later found in the area of Commersdal. Again, a few days ago, there were 2-3 ladies that were jogging here, and after jogging, they went to gather around their car just to sum up their jogging activity, and they were again robbed, particularly by these thieves coming from this bush. It's quite a vast area, as you can see, and the car was also gone. They were found in the area of Havana.
Rocky Crest Extension 4, according to Mvula, is currently a robbery hotspot due to the number of construction activities there.
One should always bear in mind that your safety is your priority, and you should make sure that you scan the area. You should exercise in groups or in pair. You should not come with a boombox or music so that this criminal should get an opportunity to rob you. Also, we must not present opportunity to criminals, especially when we are coming here. We should lock your car, and if you are coming up, showing up from work to your houses, as you can see, houses are being built around here. Make sure that you have your car locked, your window rolled up, so that somebody, you deter these people from robbing you.
It's not just Rocky Crest Extension 4 that's under threat of violent robberies, says Mvula. There have been reports of theft incidents in areas like Pioneers Park, Simbabasia, Kleine Cooper, and similar residential areas. He therefore warns locals to maintain vigilance.
Big birthday surprises. Win your share of 300,000 in instant cashback surprises. Buy any participating product and swipe to enter. Plus, get store country spread for a low $36.99. Be Well Extra Virgin Olive Oil and Canola Oil blend for just $48.99. And Sunlight hand washing powder for a surprising $39.99. Only at OK. Owners you can count on.
The Windhoek 2021 Digilympics, the country's first digital skills competition, will be held at Dololo Doelbox, a co-working facility that brings local tech entrepreneurs together. The main goal of the event, according to the Entrepreneurship Hub, is to promote awareness of the increasing importance of digital literacy, which has been intensified by the COVID-19 pandemic.
Namibia's literacy rate is currently at 91.6%, which is significantly higher than the Southern African average when it comes to the virtual world. However, Namibia does not appear to be doing so well. Only 51% of Namibians have access to the internet, 31% are active social media users, and the percentage of enterprises with a substantial tech component in their business strategy is significantly lower. Today on One spoke to Ialo Mahongo, one of the organizers, to learn more about the Windhoek 2021 Digilympics.
Digital literacy is the ability for us to be able to use our computers effectively and well. And we have noticed that in Namibia, digital literacy is very low. So we want our students or employees or everyone to utilize the digital world. As we all know that we have COVID-19 that has taken over. So we want, since everything has now taken into the virtual world, we want to encourage and empower people to increase and improve their digital literacy skills. So why we decided to create Digital Olympics is because we want to create awareness and raise awareness on the topic of digital competency. We also want to highlight the opportunities that are involved in the digital literacy sphere.
According to Magongo, the competition, which aims to improve people's digital literacy skills, will put digital athletes through a speed typing and multiple choice tests in which they will have to exhibit their web and hardware navigation abilities.
The digital athletes will do a speed typing test comprising of 1 minute, 3 minute, and 5 minute, where they'll be tested on their speed and accuracy, followed by a practical test where they will be tested on their knowledge of the web and their hardware skills, and lastly, a multiple choice test.
The internet provides huge potential for digital literate users to start their own online business and is a powerful accelerator for social and economic development. The Windhoek 2021 Digilympics competition is open to people of any age and educational background and will start at 5 p.m. on the 6th of October at Dololo Dubox, situated on Robert Mugabe Avenue.
Agribank recently opened a new office in the Omaheke region in the town of Gobabis, taking their services closer to farmers and allowing them to have easier access to their services.
Farmers in Omaheke region were graced with good news when Agribank opened a new branch in the town of Gobabis. The deputy chairperson of Agri Board of Directors at the official inauguration said that this development will bring services and accessibility to its clients and stakeholders, especially the residents of Gobabis and the Omaheke region as a whole.
So the specific location and how the offices are set up are responsive to the needs. We have heard what you have said in where we were located at the very entrance of Gobabis was not useful to customer service. The 2020-2021 financial year, Agribank disbursed new loans of over 217 million Namibia dollar, of which the Omaheke region represented roughly 30% of new business. In addition, the Omaheke region is second highest region after Zambezi, who benefited under the bank's no collateral loan scheme with over 2 million worth of unsecured loans advanced during the 2020-21 financial year. This illustrates Gobabis is a strategic growth center for Agribank, and we are confident that the branch will grow from strength to strength.
We are so blessed indeed to have Agribank here in Gobabis, cattle country, that can help assist our farmers in finances in order to grow our farms and our livestock and our crops. It's a lot of hard work that you are doing, and we are seeing, and Omaheke is really blessed with good vegetation and good animals. I was just at the agricultural show 2 days ago, and I was walking around the cows, the Brahmans, and is it Simentaler, and I was feeling so proud that Omaheke can produce such beautiful animals. And that's why it's a good thing for this bank to open its doors now to this region and take this region to a next level.
In a statement read on behalf of the Omaheke Regional Governor, the acting chief regional officer of the Omaheke region noted that this is a very good initiative for the farmers in the Omaheke region, as the services are now brought closer to the farmers, urging farmers to utilize such resources to their advantage to grow their livestock and agricultural production in order to grow the economy.
In our understanding, self-introspection, Omaheke region has competitive advantage in the sense that the region is of those that has got the lion's share in the livestock sector, by not only looking into the domination in the agricultural sector as an employer, as it was also alluded to, but also a number of livestock in the production and that are circulating in the market on a monthly basis. And I believe that we can be accorded that opportunity and recognition as a region for that information that we are sharing and the stating that we're having in this country. The farmers in Omaheke region thus required to be given an excellent and deserving service by Agribank. The bank should entice to the beneficiaries of loans with untapped opportunity in the region, such as venturing in product development that will substitute imports of goods and services that we are receiving from other countries.
Through this initiative, Agribank hopes to create responsive financial solutions to both communal and commercial farmers, from cultivation of plants to livestock farmers. Agribank urges the farmers to visit their banks to make use of the products and services available.
Get ready to enjoy Simba's sounds of flavor.
All the Simba flavors. Let's roll. Guys, smoke beef. Kwanga finiga. Shaya chakri. Shakita mat. Osa.
Together we roar because Simba roars with flavor.
In other leading stories, US Ambassador to the United Nations, Ms. Linda Thomas-Greenfield, paid a courtesy call on President Hage Geingob on the margins of the 76th session of the United Nations General Assembly. President Geingob stressed the need for vaccine equity in order to ensure that everyone was safe, instead of the current situation where industrialized nations were talking about booster shots. Ambassador Thomas Greenfield announced that the United States had donated 100,000 doses of the COVID-19 vaccine, with a consignment having arrived in Windhoek, Namibia. President Geingob emphasized the importance of the principle of sovereign equality and Namibia's pursuit of an independent foreign policy. Outlining a shared commitment to multilateralism, the two leaders highlighted the centrality of the rule of law, processes, systems and institutions in governance. Addressing the climate change crisis, the two leaders agreed that more needed to be done to deal with the climate emergency through stronger partnerships between the public and private sectors. The meeting highlighted the US Mega Solar Initiative in Southern Africa as one that held tremendous potential for Namibia and the United States. The leaders also agreed on the need to deal with racial discrimination, including reform and improvement of the United Nations.
The town of Oranienmoond is open for business. Oranienmoond's transformation from a closed mining town to an open and economically diverse town is a truly remarkable story told in a new TV and web series. Tune in to the virtual launch of this series on All One Africa TV and 99FM social media pages on Tuesday morning, the 28th of September, starting at 11 a.m. Find out how Economic Development Agency, UNDIS, and various development partners work to transform the country's best-kept secret, the town of Oranienmoond.
Nothing is too good for my daughter.
Now here's the deal, Nambi. There's no playing around with other boys before your wedding. Do you understand me? It's the most important day of your life.
Nambi, baby, you have a face like a beautiful person. I got you this Virgin Mary necklace to protect your innocence.
Stupid man. We have loved each other since high school, and now you want to turn your back on me? All the plans we made, you just throw them away? And you want Nambi now? When I've always been there for you, Ziwa, do you understand? And she doesn't even love you. I wasted my time on someone like you.
Don't be like that, Jalia.
Love, everybody needs it. Love.
Joseph Shifeni standing by for today's Business on One and Economic Indicators.
Welcome to this evening's edition of Business on One. I'm your host, Joseph Shifeni. At the graduation ceremony of the International University of Management last week, the Dean of Business Management faculty, who also happens to be the former head of the Namibia Diamond Trading Company, Dr. Shihaleni Njaba, acknowledged that the graduates are entering a challenging business environment but are well equipped with the necessary skills to find solutions for the economy. With the unemployment rate reaching half of the economically active population, expectations on the higher education sector is on them to produce job creators and not job seekers at a time when COVID-19 has reduced business activity in most industries. Shialeni Njaba spoke to Business on One after the graduation at IUM recently, pointing out that their business management graduates are prepared to find solutions to challenges facing the business environment and get the economy going again.
I really feel that the students that we have produced at all levels, bachelor's, honors, master's and PhD, have come at the right time when we have so many challenges, especially as a result of COVID-19. And we need people with business minds, people who are creative and innovative, and who can find solutions in business, because we know business carries economies in the world and also in respect of our own country. So I'm happy that we are pumping those business administration graduates into the economy so that they can find solutions to the business environment, boost business activity, and find a way for our economy to prosper and grow, especially those in the field of business administration. They need to take lead to find solutions, to find better ways of doing things so that we can cope up with this very difficult and challenging situation under which we find ourselves.
At the ceremony, the founder mentioned that the government has played a key role in making the learning environment conducive for the sector to thrive and deliver more students into the various markets.
Their governments have truly created a conducive atmosphere in which we are operating. We are confident that next presidents will also continue to create conducive atmosphere for private sector to thrive and to operate unhindered. We want to thank all sponsors, because had it not been for your efforts, ours could have been meaningless. A big thank you.
Jabba said that he concurs with these remarks.
Our government is very, very supportive to educational institutions, not only the government run ones, but also the private institutions. They are getting support by having that conducive and friendly environment in our country. And we have also a government scheme which is financing students, and it does not discriminate between students in government universities, but it supports even those from the private institutions. They have equal opportunities to be financed so that they can further their education and studies. So I fully support that sentiment that our government is fully supportive, and we are very appreciative of that. We encourage our students to be creative and innovative and go out in the market not as job seekers, but go in the market as job makers, because in this difficult situation when jobs are very low, very limited, you need people who have creative mind, who can create jobs for themselves and for others. And therefore, with that encouragement to our graduating students, we hope they are going to not become a burden to government to seek for jobs, but be a solution to government by creating jobs that can help out there.
Over 2,800 graduates now enter the market, but he urged them to
Thank you for watching. Join me again next time, and don't forget to follow us on our social media pages.
Are you a CMAS member? Did you know that should you need medical treatment, you have access to quality private hospitalization, guaranteed specialist treatment in private hospitals across Namibia with Compliment Gap? Compliment Gap is a complimentary product for CMAS members only, which covers the shortfall between what CMAS pays and private hospitals charge. You and your family have more than 2 million in medical gap cover per year at a very affordable price. That's not all. You also have access to emergency evacuation within Namibia and $10 million international travel cover for those unforeseen events abroad. Take the financial burden off your shoulders, invest in your family's health. SMS GAP to 999 555 and we'll contact you. Terms and conditions apply.
Every Saturday at 7 p.m., you can stay true to Namibia sounds with the Valentine's True Music Sessions. Only on 99 FM. Stay tuned. Stay true. There's no wrong way. Valentine's. Not for sale to persons under the age of 18. Drink responsibly.
Wake up makeup, time for a shake-up. Pep up your room with 100% cotton fitted sheets. Just $159.99 from Pep Home. And this lamp, only $99.99. Live it up for less. That's your room sorted at the lowest prices every day. Life's better with Pep. Life's better with Pep.
Time now for Comments Corner, your daily dose of comments from our social media pages. At a recent press conference, the Landless People's Movement leader Bernard Swartboy shared records with the media of major private and public organizations who owe the municipality of Keetmanshoop millions of dollars that had accumulated over the last 30 years. Currently, there are about 7,000 active debt cases involving corporations and individuals who owe the town. Sila says they should stop complaining and clean up the mess. Aaron says it's negligence from the government. Fonseca Uirap says Swartboy should stop blame shifting as he was the governor of the Taras region representing SWAPO. While Talziano commended One Africa TV and Swartboy for making this public, adding that he was hoping and praying for the Keetmanshoop municipality to differentiate between residents and business entities. And that's all from Comments Corner. Be sure to post your comments on our social media pages for broadcast every day, only on Today on One.
Hi there, parents. Do you have primary school kids and want them to get extra quality supplementary lessons to up their grades? Then simply switch to One Africa TV's #LearnOn1, where your kids can get maths, English and science lessons every weekday from 9 to 11 a.m. with repeats from 2 to 4 p.m. And thanks to NMH's MyZone, these lessons are 100% Namibian. There's so much to learn with #LearnOn1. Invite learning in.
Oranienmund, established in 1936, from which point onwards CDM, now Namdeb Diamond Corporation, provided every service, the schooling, infrastructure and entertainment required for the people of the town. The winds of change is blowing over Oranienmund, which is no longer a closed town.
This ship was commandeered by King Charles III, and he actually sent a knight to Spain to go and fetch some money from investors, because they wanted to go and fetch some spices in India.
When we were kids, the mine delivered milk, bread, and black paper, black plastic bags for your rubbish, and cleaned your garden, did the maintenance of your house. You had furniture already installed in your house.
Castro Lumbu is standing by for today's sports update.
Welcome and thank you for joining me, Castro Ulumbu, for this evening's edition of Sports on One. The Namibia Basketball Federation, together with the Oshana Basketball School, successfully hosted 2 3x3 basketball tournaments in the junior and the senior categories. The tournaments were held at the Ongodiva Multipurpose Center. Today on One Sports has more on this story. The Basketball Federation recently hosted 3x3 basketball tournaments in the north. Pondo Nailenge, the NWBF president, also organized exhibition games which were used as training for the 3x3 national basketball team players that are selected to participate at the Wheelchair Basketball African qualifiers.
From the 18th, we had tournaments. The Namibian Basketball Federation had endorsed tournaments in Oshana region, and the Wheelchair Basketball decided to use that opportunity as part of the new movement of inclusivity. When we are doing basketball games, especially in the Oshana region, we want to set it up here and hopefully let it work in other regions, so that when there's activities for the Namibian Basketball Federation, there's also activities alongside with the wheelchair basketball. So we had the tournaments on the 18th of September. That was for the juniors, the under 13 leagues and below, and under 15 boys, under 15 girls, as well as the under 18 boys and girls. Yeah, so they had the first tournament there, and they had the exhibition games where there was also medals and a little trophy for them.
The qualifiers that were initially scheduled for September in Durban, South Africa, have been postponed to the 7th until the 10th of October. The NWBF president updated today on One Sports on the team's preparations as well as the camp which they have scheduled.
So we're going to have the next preparation camp for the qualifiers tournament from the 3rd of October to the 6th of October. Yeah, and unlike the previous one, which was powered by the NamPower Foundation, which happened in August, this one will be much more excessive playing. Yeah, playing and scrimmages more. So here they're going to have to be playing, working, so that they're sharp for their tournament on the 7th. Yeah, so would like to thank the Paralympic body for the support they've always been doing, but also would like to encourage the other federations to do the same with other codes.
3x3 wheelchair basketball will be one of the events at the Commonwealth Games, which are set to take place in Birmingham from the 28th of July until the 8th of August 2022. And that is all we have for you. Join us again tomorrow for Sports on One, and don't forget to follow us on our social media pages.
Thank you, Castro, for that update. Now let's have a look at the weather forecast.
A look at the weather forecast. The Namibia interior partly cloudy and hot in the Karas, Kunene and Khomas regions. Elsewhere partly cloudy and very hot. The coast partly cloudy and mild with showers in the south, and the wind light to fresh southwesterly. Now we'll look at minimum and maximum temperatures across the country and beyond.
That's all we have for you. Join us again for a repeat at 9:30 this evening and the Omnibus Saturdays from 9 a.m. to 2 p.m. From me, Isai Sipunga, and the rest of the team. Till next time, good night.
The International University of Management, a Namibian university dedicated to its people's future, a hub of abundant opportunities.
We are IUM for life. We are IUM.
To Fabufarm, Namibia's leading local pharmaceutical product manufacturer for more than 30 years. Established in 1989 by Mr. Fani Badenhorst Sr. to meet the country's need for affordable quality pharmaceutical products. Fabufarm has grown from small beginnings to a fully fledged pharmaceutical manufacturer. It now produces more than 150 products in 9 product categories, ranging from food supplements and toiletries to registered and non-registered products. Fund, GIPF alongside other pension funds acquired a 35% stake in Fabufarm to the tune of 12 million Namibian dollars. GIPF is a 65% investor participant within this fund, which is a good demonstration of pension funds pooling capital to invest in the real economy of Namibia. In line with Regulation 13 of the Namibian Pension Funds Act, the GIPF developed an unlisted investment policy that seeks both to mitigate risk by diversifying its investment portfolio, as well as driving broader value creation in the Namibian economy by providing capital to non-listed sectors with high growth potential. The GIPF motto is to guard and to grow the fund to the benefit of its members. And one way through which GIPF achieves this growth is through careful selection of projects to invest in, such as Fabufarm. Strategically located in the town of Otjiwarongo to facilitate nationwide product distribution, Fabufarm provides affordable quality medicine to Namibians and Africans at large. It's a journey of success that originally started with aqueous cream, a product that to this day remains a firm public favorite.
The idea of starting a manufacturing business started way back in 1986 when I was a commercial pharmacist in the pharmacy for 15 years. It feels that there was no challenge anymore to stand behind the counter and just counting out tablets and capsules.
After After spending several years finishing his master's degree in pharmaceutics at the Northwest University of Potchefstroom in South Africa, Mr. Badenhorst returned to Namibia in 1990 and started FabuFarm on a small scale with Aqueous Cream as the company's first product.
So there we started with small product and started packing petroleum jelly, packing liquid paraffin, because that was the raw materials that I had, that I made Aqueous Cream from. And so we started to pack some more oils and started to manufacture some more ointments, like the insect repellents. And then I also worked on registration of pharmaceutical syrups and suspensions.
Walk into any pharmacy in the country today and you will find a range of affordable quality products that exist as a direct result of FabuFarm. This includes disinfectants and the popular FabuFarm MVA Immune Booster, which was developed in accordance with COVID-19 guidelines.
When COVID-19 broke out in Namibia, we had to very urgently formulate some immune boosters for the Namibian population, because with the lockdowns all the borders were closed for importation of immune boosters from South Africa or from Europe or from wherever. But luckily we purchased enough raw materials and I formulated the immune booster product, and we were able to deliver enough immune boosters for Namibia.
Pharmacists are positive about FabuFarm, the company's range of products and the resulting benefits for pharmacies and customers.
FabuFarm has given me, as a pharmacist, the opportunity to provide high-quality products that were manufactured right here in Namibia. The wide variety of products range from the famous Aqueous Cream to even insect repellent, supplements and even prescription medication. All of the products are cost-effective and made specifically for Namibians.
As a local, I feel very proud that we have our own manufacturing company, FabuFarm. Job-wise, it means job creativity. So a lot of people who didn't have jobs now have jobs. For the pharmaceutical industry, it means that pharmacists can also look at manufacturing and not only community and hospital and NMRC where we all used to work. So that means diversity. For the patient, it means they save money because local products, they come cost effective. And with the pandemic, they've managed to supply a steady supply of the multivitamins that are needed.
Indeed, was it not for FabuFarm's foresight, the ingredients required to produce immune boosters would not have been available to produce what Namibia needed to help the national fight against COVID-19.
The main purpose was to deliver products for Namibians due to the borders had closed, and we brought out very quickly some products that like the immune boosters to help the Namibian people.
FabuFarm conforms to stringent World Health Organization standards required to manufacture pharmaceutical products. The Namibia Medical Regulatory Authority, NMRC, regulated FabuFarm and issued the company with a good manufacturing practice in 2013. The NMRC regularly inspects FabuFarm on behalf of the Ministry of Health and Social Services. While Mr. Fani Badenhorst Jr. procures the raw materials required for making the products and Mr. Fani Badenhorst Sr. formulates the final products, a range of other specialists ensure quality control. FabuFarm continuously develops new products, and some of the latest include Suplimax Ferrofolic capsules, the Ideal Baby range and Triple Action Cream amongst others. It strives to use local raw material for manufacturing of products including Hoodia, Devil's Claw and Manketi oil. Developing any pharmaceutical product is a journey that starts with research and involves strict quality control procedures. FabuFarm currently employs 63 permanent staff, including pharmacists, all of them Namibian citizens. Company employees receive skills training to be able to safely operate specialized equipment.
FabuFarm do have very specialized equipment. We do have a tablet manufacturing machine. It's doing compression at 2,000 tablets per minute. That's our capacity on the tablets. And on the capsules, we have an automatic encapsulating line that manufactures 40,000 capsules per hour. From there, the products are going onto a counting line where the capsules are counting into containers and labeled. So on the liquid side, we do also have a liquid manufacturing line where we fill around 60 bottles per minute.
FabuFarm continually invests in the future. Its vision is to be the leading local manufacturer and provider of quality medicines and associated products. Its mission is to improve people's lives, health and well-being with trusted products and core values of quality, safety, integrity, commitment, care and respect.
For the future, FabuFarm are doing an investment of about 10 million Namibian dollars by expanding into a granulation suite. So it means that we import the active ingredients and from there manufacture granules that we can more effectively compress into tablets or using capsules also. So we try to for the future move more into registered medicines as well, but also to look towards the essential drugs that Namibia will use.
With FabuFarm being located in Namibia, it opens opportunities for internships and interns gaining invaluable experience.
This industry, I feel it's really doing great for my future. It aligns perfectly with my career goals, and I foresee a great future with this internship program, and I'm really grateful for it.
The governor of the Otjozondjupa region is also proud of the investment GIPF has made into FabuFarm and the various contributions that FabuFarm has made in the region.
Government Institution Pension Fund is created by government with the purpose of actually investing in the society as an arm, but importantly is for managing and administering pensions of public servants. On top of that, it has an investment arm that eventually invested up to a tune of $12 million into FabuFarm, and as such, it is an investment that we are very content with, and we are very grateful of that. And we are happy that GIPF is making the necessary strides and improving the living standards of our Namibian nation and ensuring that the investments that they are embarking on is yielding the necessary results and fruits for a better Namibia for tomorrow.
It's important to note that through the All Grow Fund, GIPF alongside other pension funds acquired a 35% stake in FabuFarm to the tune of 12 million Namibian dollars. GIPF itself is a 65% investor participant within this fund. With COVID-19 remaining a reality in Namibia and the resulting need for locally manufactured, affordable, quality pharmaceutical products, the importance of FabuFarm as a truly Namibian company cannot be overemphasized.
Ladies and gentlemen, I'm so happy to be in this pharmacy. It's one of the biggest pharmacies in the central business district of Windhoek. It is having quite a number of products. Among others, we have FabuFarm produced products. And FabuFarm produced products are pharmaceutical supplements that are particularly useful in boosting our immune systems. MVA is a multivitamin immune booster that has particularly become relevant in this period of time when we are combating the infection of the COVID-19.
It's a multivitamin product that is produced by Fabufam. Fabufam is a pharmaceutical company, one of the few in Namibia, that produces these products by Namibians. And GIPF is one of the core investors in this company. And we are very happy and delighted that over 50 Namibians are employed by Fabufam. Not only is it relevant for boosting the returns of the fund, but most important, it is also to protect Namibians in terms of their health and to improve their health. And we are indeed delighted as an investor to be part of this very wonderful company that is located in Oshuarongo in Oshodonjupa region.
Beautiful souls, this is Nikita Winkler and I'm here to share easy tools for stretching that you can do just about anywhere. This is a demonstration, so what's most important is that you take the time in each position that your body needs to release its tension. In this session, we will stretch the hips. What you'll need are yoga blocks or books, thick books, or pillows, especially if you have tight hips. You can do this on a mat, on the floor, on a blanket, or even in your bed. Let's get started. So we're going to start on the floor with the soles of our feet together. I'm going to grab around the feet. This is a butterfly position. So in order to warm up the hips, I'm just going to flap the butterfly wings. And again, take your time. I'm going to lean forward, and here, again, if the hips are too tight, you can place your blocks, books, or pillows underneath. You might even feel a stretch in the back here. From this position, I'm going to take one arm right behind me, not too far from my body. The other arm, inhale, exhale, press the hip open. And come back to center. Change. One arm right behind me to lengthen the spine, the other hand on the knee. Inhale, exhale, press the hip open and back to center. Now we're going to lie down on the floor. And first, before I get started, I have to make sure that my body, my spine is in alignment. I'm going to just open up the neck area. And you can spend as much time as you need here, allowing the force of gravity to weigh on the legs to open up the hips. You can place your blocks, books, or pillows underneath the knees. And gradually, you can take the feet even further down and spend enough time in each position. From here, we're going to go into an internal hip rotation. I'm going to spread my feet to the side, lean the knees inwards. If you have a little bit more flexibility, you don't really feel the stretch, just take your feet even further apart to deepen this internal rotation stretch in your hips. From here, I'm just going to place my feet, and without repositioning the feet, I'm going to take my arms to the side, and then I'm just going to rock my legs side to side, keeping the upper body facing up, shoulders down. And then I'm going to stop on one side, take the lower leg over the upper to add weight to deepen the stretch. Release the leg and switch. Other side, lower over the upper. And back to center. Last part, I'm going to spread my legs as wide open as I can, and I'm going to just row the boat. So what's important here is that the knees don't lift off the floor. Make sure you roll both sides. Keep the knees and both bum cheeks on the floor. Alternatively, you can just lean forward. You can hang out on the pillow. Take your time on the blocks or on your books. And that is it. Thank you for joining me. Don't forget to breathe into your stretches and happy stretching.